Radical jokes. I had a longer cut of this, but I'm getting to the point where I just really don't give a shit about the Intellivision Amico. I don't. I gave this thing a potential chance. I spent 10 minutes of my life. I could be working on comment of the week. Okay, this is cutting into that. Something actually important that I deem important that I put a lot of time and effort into, replying to the very best comments of a week. But here I am watching another presentation on the Amico. So I got a couple minutes to tell you what I think about this steaming pile overall. Oh, did I give it away? 10 minutes. I listened to Tommy Tellerico talk about how great he is and how great the Amico Intellivision is. The first minute literally was just him talking about like all of his records and how important he has been into the game industry and his Guinness. I'm like, dude, nobody gives a fuck. All right, this is not about you, Tommy Tellerico. This ain't about you. It seems like to me this is more or less a vanity project for Tommy Tellerico. Just as something to list off later, talking about how great he is. That really rubs me and probably a lot of people the wrong way. So a lot of people actually just won't support and buy this thing because they're like, fuck it, we've had enough of Tommy Tellerico. Also, did he even do music for Metroid Prime? I don't know. It's this up in the air. I'm not saying he hasn't made some great music in the past, but I'm like, dude, okay, we're talking about the Intellivision Amico. Are you making games for the Intellivision Amico? Is it a game that you made? But I just don't know. The first minute of this was spent talking about how great Tommy Tellerico was. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Here's what you need to take away from this. There's some lag. At the 3-minute 20, I don't know if you call it lag, but maybe just general herky-jerkiness. And there's multiple instances of this, but one was around the 3:20 mark. I forget which game was it here. Which game? Let me find it. 3:20. It was the one with the dice. The game with the dice, maybe Farkle. And I noticed this before, but I thought they would, patch things up and make it to where it wasn't like herky-jerky. I'm like, you're asking for $300 for this system, and even the simple games seem like they're having herky-jerkiness. And then Finnegan Fox, the crown jewel of this system, around the 7-minute 20-second mark, I notice Finnegan ain't moving that great. Finnegan ain't moving that great. What the fuck's going on here? This is supposed to be like your big game, Finnegan Fox. It's you're asking people $300 to buy this system, and you can't even get the things to work right. There's some neat things, I guess. Echo the Dolphin, the redo or remaster or whatever it's called, the next one. There's some interesting detail in some of the stuff there, so it doesn't look terrible. Most of the games do look crap though. Echo the Dolphin doesn't look that bad. There appears to be actually some detail, so there's some capabilities on the system to actually have detailed graphics, not 3D, not heavy horsepower, nothing like that. What else here? They show off a soccer game that looks like it came right out of PlayStation 2, early PlayStation 2. And that's the thing here. Like, you got graphics, you got like outdated graphics to say the least, and you want a premium price. That should be the whole thing here. Hi, I'm Tommy Tellerico, and I want to sell you a product for $300 that has outdated graphics. That's all you need to know. And he says, oh, for the collectors out there, we are going to have physical titles. We are going to have physical titles. At the 25-minute mark, he shows off Evel Knievel, Finnegan Fox, these cards and everything like that. But he doesn't specify. He says we'll have more details later. I think you should kind of know by now. Isn't it the end of June and this thing's supposed to be releasing next year? Tommy, I think you kind of know, and you can explain physical to people, but you're just trying to kind of con people into getting the system because you know damn well it's going to be some kind of a weird RFID type system. It's not going to be actual physical media, but it's going to be your way of saying physical, right? Oh man, this thing seems like just a joke, except for the lights. Now, I told you all before, I love lights. I think more consoles would have more lights. The PlayStation 5, the biggest problem with it compared to the Amico is not enough lights. You ain't going to have that problem. This thing's got lights on the controller, the sides, the disc dial, the screen. The console itself lights up. You might need sunglasses to play this thing at night. It's so bright. Man, oh man, this has got to be the brightest console of all time. It's the most tricked out console of all time. Of all time. You know? Kind of like a you ever see anybody with like one of those really crappy cars, like maybe like a Kia Rio, but they have like a lot of lights on it? It's got a ton of lights and a loud exhaust, but it's essentially just a Kia Rio. It's kind of like the Amico. Maybe not exactly, I'm not sure. Maybe that's not being fair. Because, you know, unlike the Amico, the Kia Rio, you could actually like drive a lot of places. It functions like other vehicles. It's not as fast, but it does function like that. And the Kia Rio, they didn't charge top dollar for a Kia fucking Rio. Jeez. You tell I'm kind of hostile here because I was expecting actually something. Something that wasn't exactly what we've seen before. Hey, the families can get together. Hey, you know, everyone get together and play an Amico. As if, like, people can't get together and have fun with their families on other video game consoles. He mentioned that he's not competing with other consoles. Well, it's fairly obvious you're not competing with other consoles. Fairly freaking obvious here. What is something I like? I don't think has ever been seen or done before. Well, the controller, you can actually take it over. If you have a controller, you could actually take it over to another one of your friend's house that also has an Amico. Oh my god. Imagine, right? Having a friend that also has an Amico. You buy one of these stickers and then you have a friend that buys one of these stickers, man. I think that would end a friendship. If I got an Amico and convinced one of my friends to get an Amico, I think they wouldn't be my friend anymore. But let's say you have an Amico and someone else you know that isn't several states away has an Amico also. You can actually take your controller over to their house, plug it into their Amico, and you can play all your games, right? Which is probably not that impressive because, I mean, you know, all the games are probably like, what, 10, 15 megabytes? Not all that impressive, but still, that's something. So you got those two things. This console has the most lights of any console ever, and I don't think I've ever seen that to where you can actually take your controller with the games over to a friend's house. And that's about it. It's about it, really.